Okay, this is gonna be my first time in like a long while that I'm making a video about myself because I got inspired by Paul to make this because like I know he's gonna see this. I made a list of things to talk about, so just like school, college, my interests, wants versus needs, friends, getting distracted and whatnot. But this one is honestly just me talking in front of like in front of like my wall here because like right here is my school schedule, right here is my senior year checklist, which is kind of outdated because like not all of it is going to apply to me. And right here is just a poem about like not using artificial intelligence in like school and stuff, but honestly it's kind of whatever. um I'm in my living room right now because this is the only place where I can like actually make a video on this. And the reason why is because my mom's upstairs, she's sleeping, my brother's upstairs, so yeah. And this is the only place where I can do that. I was gonna actually switch around and turn this around, but I didn't want you to see my huge ass calendar and my high school bell schedule. Cause, okay, there's actually something I have to clear up about my online school. My online school is not like a learn at your own pace thing, no. It's sort of similar to how it was back in 2020, well, at least for me, where you had like I guess a specific period that you would go to for school. And thing is you'd actually have to be in class, be present, turn your camera on, and and have your face in view. Like this view right here is my face in view. And the reason why I'm having my blanket on right now is because it's really cold outside and the heater's on. So yeah, it's actually been really cold lately. Like I think a few days ago it was in the tens. The tens in my state is especially rare since that does not happen a lot. I know it looks like I'm looking down, but I'm not used to like I'm not used to like making videos where I'm looking at a camera. Like that's just not what I'm used to. And now that I'm doing this, I don't know how I don't know how YouTubers do this, but I guess after a while and just some practice becomes addicting. I don't know. So if you see me looking like up and down, just know that I'm looking at myself and I'm also looking at my camera too. But anyways, let's get to like what I want to talk about. Oh yes, school. So I'm in my senior year, as some of you know, and it has been crazy. Like I was not prepared for some of the things that I was getting myself into. Like the habits and the shit that I used to do in like 2025, during my junior and sophomore year, that had to go. Like that had to go. I had to learn how to manage so many things, check my emails a lot more often. And like, I'm not just talking about my school email, because I check my school email at least once a day or once every 2 days if necessary. But this one I have to like check every single day. Like when it comes to my personal email, because my mom like she sends me college things. Some colleges actually, no, I don't want to get to that too quickly. I want to talk about school real quick. So when it comes to school, it's all right. Like last year, it was certainly a bit worse because getting used to my senior year, I don't know. I always felt like I was forgetting something. Like there was something more that I had to do than just my schoolwork. And I guess like studying and whatnot. But when you're in online school and you have, I guess, quote unquote, more of an opportunity to cheat, yeah, they make sure you don't do that, okay? Because on my assessments tab, what like for certain teachers, once you click on a, or no, sorry, once you click on the test, it gives you 5 seconds if you scroll away from something else, or it locks your assessment and your teacher has to unlock it for you. Like this has happened to so many people, and it used to be like 10 seconds or 15 seconds, but no, they made it shorter because they knew that people were BSing around and using AI to cheat. And like, it's so funny because CT, no wait, I'm not gonna name my I guess platform that I use because I know some of you are gonna look it up. Okay, but on my classroom page, a classroom website page, let's call it that. It's slow. Like the website itself is slow, not my computer. The website itself is slow. Like it's slow to the point where it'll take you like 30 seconds to see a PowerPoint that your teacher uploaded in there. And it's like, oh my God. It can be so slow, but like getting back to school, um last year was an adjustment because I was doing the most. Like I was studying for the SAT, studying for the ACT, I was writing college, essays. I was doing scholarships, like this, and that, and all that. Like, y'all, it's actually a miracle how I was able to like do it all with all the bad habits I was doing. And I'm gonna get to like bad habits like much later on. Right now I just want to talk about school. But anyways, I made it through. Wish I paid a little bit more attention in my personal finance class that's required for 12th graders, but you know what? It's literally whatever on that end. But let's see what else. I don't know. The rest of the classes were just kind of filler, and I just like didn't really care for it much. But this year, though, this year is the year that I actually kind of care about my classes because I'm in my photography class, and it's teaching me a lot about photos I never knew about before, like the rule of thirds and just how important it is. Like I didn't realize that the rule of thirds was just as important as it was because I thought those like random grids were for like I don't know whatever. But the rule of thirds, though, it's kind of changed my photography and it's made me realize like what exactly is important, like the angles, what story it tells, what story lighting tells. It's honestly so beautiful, and photography is an amazing art form. Like literally such an amazing art form. I also have my food, nutrition, and wellness class. I'm learning about, the vitamins, the minerals. But the most important thing that I paid attention to so far is food and safety. Cause food and safety, that one, like for me especially, is really important when it comes to handling food and all that stuff. Because, y'all, I didn't realize that it was so common for people to just leave their meat out or like throw frozen food out and not leave it thawing in frozen water or like cold water or just put it in the refrigerator to thaw. Like that one I even had to tell my dad about because it was just like wow. But besides my other classes, I have forensic science, which I wouldn't say that I was excited about. I wasn't particularly excited about forensic science. It was just a class I was like, okay, I have to take this to graduate. But it has its own unique things and whatnot. I don't particularly care for it that much, but it's whatever. Let's see. Um, Yeah, that's it for my classes. But the thing is, I only have three because I have a minimum day instead of the dual enrollment that I was supposed to take last year. But that was a whole lot of bullshit with like registering for the class that I wanted because I wanted to take a dual enrollment class so I can get a head start in college, university, all that stuff. um Yeah, besides that, school it's not been hard. It's not like really, really challenging. Since in my photography class and in food nutrition and wellness class are classes that are like from grades 9 to 12. So it's not even that hard as it like used to be back in 11th grade. Because in 11th grade, I took AP language. I took like okay, language is kind of vague. AP English language. And that one, oh my God, the synthesis, like that's all I'm gonna say. It's just synthesis. Like if you know how hard it is. And I was also taking my last math class, which was called Advanced Mathematical Decision Making. I think, yeah, advanced mathematical decision making. That was the very last math class that I took. And the reason why I'm not taking any math classes this year is because it's not required for me to. I mean, for my major in graphic design, it's not required that you take a lot of math classes or science classes. So it's not even useful on that end. And now I actually want to get into college because I'm done talking about school. College, there are just so many universities. Okay, if you heard a notification, that's my computer telling me to take a break, which honestly, after I'm done talking about college, which is what I'm gonna do, because I gotta go eat me some. But getting back to college, there are just so many universities that just cannot give less of a fuck about because they don't have what I need and they're not giving me the money that I need. Like I'm not looking for like loans and stuff. And like no like listen, no tea, no shade to people who would take out loans to pay for their education because I know what they're and because like I know like they're possibly struggling, they need some extra money, this and that, like how life can be. But at the same time, it's like that's just not for me. I don't have to constantly pay off this for the rest of my life and just not be happy in what I'm doing. And so many of these colleges, like, they give me like a $60,000 scholarship for out of state. But the thing is that's not enough. That's like approximately $15,000 per year, which is 7,500 per semester. But that's still not enough because that money, it may or may not be distributed equally. And an out of state tuition, like the average is like $40,000 a year, $50,000 a year. So I have to get that extra money either through busting my ass through scholarships, which I may not even win because the thing is scholarships are a gamble. You remember, you're gambling on this. And there are other highly more competitive people than you, highly more skilled people than you out there that are gunning for those exact same scholarships. And I wish more people realize this and think that and realize that scholarship hunting is not as easy, but that doesn't mean you should give up. It's just not as easy as most people think it is. Like it's seriously not like we're talking about Quest Bridge, Gates Millennium, which is the last year they're doing this. I applied for both of those. Quest Bridge is very like needs based. Like I'm talking about you have to make under 70,000 or more, and I think in this landscape it's kind of stupid because if you have a large family, say you're like a family of three, family of four, so 70,000 a year nowadays can get you like a townhouse or like somewhere else. Like it really depends on where you live, but 70,000 is just not really enough. And like it's enough to survive, but it's just not enough to like fully live the life that you want to. And that's something that I'm gonna talk about like way later on because y'all, the tea gets even deeper. Gates Millennium is not exactly needs based, but it's highly, highly competitive. And same with like Big Future too. Like Big Future is also competitive. Like really, really competitive and stuff. Like y'all, Big Future. And don't even get me started on Bold.org. Like there's so many scholarships on Bold.org, but I know these are real people winning these scholarships, but sometimes I'm just convinced that they're bots. Because I be seeing the most highly specific scholarships on bull.org, and there are people like never heard of before winning these scholarships in my state, in my area that like, what? I mean, thank God my school gave me like a scholarship, I'm saying like this blank county foundation, like, thank you for that because I was so ready to just give up on scholarships and consider taking a gap year or going to community college. Because it's not easy. Like the college that I want to go to, and I'm hoping they give me that stamp scholarship because I need the full tuition. Like, and if the other college just doesn't get me into that program, then yeah, somebody gonna die because I did not bust my ass off for that many weeks just to not get this. But at the same time, the person who, like, say if I don't win, gets that program, that scholarship, like, good for them. Like, I'm not jealous of them. I'm not gonna hate on them because it would just be useless to hate on somebody else because they deserve that scholarship just as much as you did. Like, speaking of competitiveness, because also going back to school because college and school, they go together. Like the people in my county, especially, are highly competitive. Like I'm talking about like 4.5, 4.6, 4.7, 4.8, and a possible 4.9 GPA. Like that is insane. Also, if you're not from the United States, calculate what I just said into like whatever grade system you use because it is insane how I be seeing people who take 10 APs in high school just so they can get ahead in university. Like 10 APs would be overkill for me. You would not see me on Discord at all. You would not see me on Discord whatsoever. I would be so offline to the point where it'd be crazy. Like I'd just be like 100% invested in my work, grind, hustle, get that, get that hustle and education and clean, all of that stuff. I would just be so invested in my work. And thing is, my mom that talked about this before is that like they be so like invested into their high school years and when it comes to them going into college, they're burnt out and tired and lost in life. Because the thing is, you can't tie your self worth or whatever you have to your achievements. And I think that's a big problem for some of these students is that, like, oh no, I gotta succeed in my major and all that. Hold on a minute. I just had a realization I'm gonna talk about later on. But yeah, college and stuff, like, sometimes they don't give you any updates and you have to like constantly email or say, hey, where the fuck is my application? Because it's been 3 weeks and I still haven't heard anything and you were supposed to send me news on this. Like just like what one college I'm not gonna say the name of yet, but when it comes to the stamps, like I feel like they were supposed to release the news by now because it's almost February and I still haven't heard anything back. And if I find out that they didn't tell me that I didn't win the scholarship behind my back, then I'm literally gonna be done with that university because these universities cannot be playing around fucking around my feelings like this. Like it is competitive. And like the competitiveness, I'm not gonna let it end me. Like I'm not gonna let it kill me. But at the same time, it's like, damn, you know, like what the hell? It's just like it's so, ugh. Like, oh my God, it is so stressful because you have to go on Common Apple, which is what really people in the United States and other countries use. I don't know if other countries use Common App, but sometimes you can apply to the university directly on the website, and it would just be much faster to do. And then just like going to Common App. Because I know in Common App you can apply to multiple colleges, but sometimes it is just so much easier to just apply to the college directly on their website. Like you don't have to go through the extra bullshit and whatnot. But like I don't know. I'm getting tired of talking about college. But yes, the money. When it comes to the money, like going out of state is expensive. Going out of country is maybe depending on what country you go to, not as expensive, but risky and expensive. Because at least in the United States, you know you're in your country. But when you go out of country, you don't know that place, you don't know that area, or at least you may not know it very well, or like you've done some research on it, we've never been in it, which can also be applied to out of state, but at least you know your country. Okay? Like at least you know your country. As for me, I love to like study abroad for like an art reason or graphic design reason, or for just like an extra opportunity to enrich my education. But otherwise, studying abroad, I really don't know about that. Maybe it'll be in the future for me. Maybe not, but the money is the most important thing, and sometimes you just gotta go and stay. Like, you gotta stay where you are for now, and then maybe you can transfer if you get an opportunity. So, hold on a minute, my mouth is really dry. I need to drink me some water. As I was saying, um, sometimes going in state is the best option. And yeah, for some people, that's a harsh truth to accept, especially if they're like escaping from a situation that they don't want to be in. But yeah, sometimes you just gotta like really see what will be worth it in the end because sometimes you're like, okay, are the end results even worth it or is it just not worth it? Also, I'm looking down right now because like I'm crossing off the things that I've already talked about and stuff like that. Yeah, it's oh, I mean it's all right. But speaking of school, my next topic that I'm actually gonna go on because I'm gonna skip two of these because they go hand in hand. I'm gonna talk about productivity. Hold on, sorry guys. I'm just like writing it down right now. Productivity and distraction. So like I'm gonna pause right now because I'm gonna go like fix me something to eat. And yeah, bye. Okay, hey y'all, I'm back. So I went to get me some leftover stewed chicken. This is how it looks. I got some Parmesan wings in the toaster oven right now, so when it dings, I'm gonna go get those out. But right now, I want to talk about productivity and distraction. I want to go on distraction first, because y'all gonna learn some lore about me that I've never really talked about before. So, um, when it comes to productivity and distraction, it's a struggle. Like, it's a struggle. And it really is because of that damn social media and phone. Like, okay, completely transparency. I'm 17 years old. I do not have a phone. I don't have a phone. And like the reason why is because like my parents don't trust me with one because they don't want me watching that porn or going to that anime cartoons all that. They don't want me doing all that. But they don't want me doing all that. And I mean, I understand it, but at the same time, like, do I need a phone? Because I've seen videos of people that have got like 30 days without having a phone. Sure, it would took like a lot more work for them to get to what they need, but at the same time, they don't actually need the phone. Like they could just check their friends' stories on their computer, which I do. Like this computer is literally my only access to social media. I mean, it's my only access to social media, really. And, my parents, they try to install Norton family. I got the VPN, I got the workaround. from some tutorial from 2020 that literally saved people's lives. And I had to change the file name just so my parents wouldn't get suspicious when they would check my computer. So, yeah, that's a whole lot of thing. But going back to distraction, um, there, there's a lot of distraction out there. I mean, I want y'all to be completely honest with me. How many times, or like, can you at least give an estimate of how many times you felt the urge to get intensely distracted while you're watching something or you're doing something that you actually like and will actually benefit your future? Because I counted how many times I was like, damn, that's way too many. Like 4 times, and I'm watching a 22-minute episode. Like, what the hell? Like, I'm supposed to be fully invested and present in what I'm watching, not thinking about doing something else. I'm supposed to be watching that. It's not just like with watching TV shows, like doing actual schoolwork. Like, okay, obviously, if you have behavioral and neurological disorders, like, say, like, ADHD, autism and whatnot, like yes, that makes it harder. And I know I'm speaking from a perspective of a person who probably doesn't have those things or probably has something much worse. But I understand that it's hard. Like it is. Don't get me wrong, but social media just makes it harder times 10 because now you have content that's all around you 24/7. If you don't like your phone, you could go to your computer. If you like your computer, you could go to your TV if you have one. Like it's just nonstop entertainment. And I think we as humans were not particularly designed to evolve this way. Because if you look at the process of evolution, it is slow and it is painful. Hold on a minute, I'm gonna go take a bite. Good thing to eat. And like, yeah, and we were not designed for this level of stimulation and entertainment, and it's overwhelming. And the major thing that I want to talk about when it comes to distraction is maladaptive daydreaming, y'all. I watched a video 2 days ago that just clicked within me. But I didn't realize that this shit was so common. It is so common for people my age and young adults to just like maladaptive daydream. Like, like imagine themselves running around some complex scenarios with their favorite characters, them saving the world, or getting railed by their fictional character, or them railing their fictional character. Because let's be honest, it's somebody all the times. And just like doing romantic stuff with their fictional character for like an hour, like 2 hours or 3 hours, with no stops, no breaks. You're replaying that same part of a song over and over while running back to your imaginary scenarios that's never gonna happen or you should actually be making. And like that thing right there is so big. And it's like, oh my god. And that YouTube video I watched was just full of people talking about their experiences with it within like the first 3 seconds, and it was showing like screenshots and like short clips of people doing it. And the amount of people that were just relating to it and saying, "Oh my god, I do the same thing too." Like, girl, we need help. Hold my hand, hold my hand. We need help. And yeah, but thing is, maladaptive daydreaming is a coping mechanism. It's literally a coping mechanism and possibly a trauma response. Because I know for me, it was a trauma response when, for things that I will not mention in this video that make me want to like forget it. Mm, the earliest I can recall me maladaptive daydreaming is when I was 6 years old, when I would just play a video of something And it would just run in my head over and over again. Like I would just play a YouTube video, then run around creating imaginary scenarios. Like this goes deeper than I thought it would. Like looking back to like 2015, 2014, and 2016, 2017. This maladaptive daydreaming is a years long habit. This is a years long bad habit. And I never realized it was a problem until like very recently because I'm like, wait a minute. I used to run I used to run around so hard when I was younger, like way more than I did currently. Like I used to run around till I was literally out of breath. Okay, and knowing the asthma I had back then, girl, that was not good. It was not. And one time last year, I maladaptive daydreamed and ran around so hard that like okay, I'm gonna show my glasses here because I don't usually wear these. Like this part of my glasses was foggy. If I put my glasses on, this side right here, the glasses would fog. My body heat was that high. Girl, that has never happened to me before. And I never want that to happen again. I don't want to constantly lose hours of my time knowing I should be doing something better when I'm just running around like imagining a bunch of things that I'm not gonna talk about here because like it'd be embarrassing. But at the same time, like I'm just gonna be cringe with it. Like sometimes I imagine myself like I guess me like drawing something or having a fictional girlfriend that I want in real life. And I'm gonna be so transparent here. The fictional girlfriend in my head that I want, her name is Daphne. You know, she's an artist who draws for me. You know, we talk, we chat, you know, we charlay and whatnot. Like, I don't know, like, I made my own word in my head, like charlay, and to like mean chatter because it sounds fat and cute. Like, you know, we be charlay, you know, parlay, charlay. Um, This is my first time me telling anybody this. And it feels so good to let out. I see why people make these videos now. Oh my God. It feels so good to let this out. And like, you know, I imagine us like having a Discord calls, me having the secret third best friend. We have our child and this one, then and that not. But I also question myself, why am I doing this? And once again, it's a coping mechanism. Like literally this is oh my God. Hold on a fuck. Oh, okay. So like I had to put the wings bag back in the freezer because I forgot to do that. Y'all, don't leave your food out like that because you're gonna increase your risk of food poisoning. But anyways, getting back to what I was saying, like y'all used to mention like fictional girlfriend, this and that, all that. And it's a coping mechanism for things that I wish I had in real life. Don't get me wrong, I used to wish so hard for the things that my ex friends had, you know, like them being able to draw so well, and them having like all these cool interests and stuff, which listen, I'm gonna get to later. I'm gonna get to that later. Okay? I'm gonna get to that later. Um and having all the cool interests and stuff, you know, them being able to like call their friends a lot on Discord, them having a successful relationship, managing all that, getting good grades, and having this and that and this and that and this and that and this and that. Like it was just the jealousy, like, you know, it's the moon arcana in me, you know, like but for a long time, I just feel like I actually had to correspond to an ideal person of what someone else wanted me to be. And I wasn't listening to myself and I was ignoring myself. The priestess archon, the persona changed me, okay? Um, and it was just so unhealthy. Like, hold on a minute, I'm gonna take a bite to eat because, you know. Like I'm usually silent with my eat because I don't like to talk with my mouth being full, and it's like it'd be so embarrassing too. Like, girl. And getting back to what I was saying, I always felt like I had to correspond to an ideal person, what someone else wanted me to be, and like acting in a way or like just like being in a way that was like so rigid and stiff. And it's like, wait a minute, that's not what I want to do. Once again, it's a distraction from the things that are actually important. Like, I used to just like be so maladaptive daydreaming to a point where it'd be like 4 o'clock and it'd be like 9 p.m. I was like, oh my God, I just wasted 5 hours of my day that I'm never gonna get back. Because I was maladaptive daydreaming to me diabolically fucking my fictional character. Like, what is going on? And like, life really does give you the same lessons over and over and over until you learn to do that and just to not go back to that behavior that you were doing. Because to be honest with you, you don't actually need a perfect time to do things because there's never going to be a perfect time. So I just do it now. And I also wanted to get to, I guess, the interest part a little bit. Because that reminds me, like, oh my God, I have so many interests. Like, I be multi-fandom all over the place, but it's not like I actually completed a lot of the stuff that I'm actually watching. Because I'm still on Persona 4. I'm on the beginning of Persona 5, and I'm like this done to being with Persona 3. And it's like, oh my God. Wait, I think I can actually make a video just like showing you how many interests and stuff I have because like I'm gonna get to productivity later, but I feel like this one is important. Okay, so what I'm showing and what I'm about to show you right now is a program that I found out like a few days ago that's called Obsidian. It's supposed to use this type of note-taking system called a Zettelkasten. I don't really know that much about it. Like, I still gotta look everything up again. I may have to look at that tutorial bit again because, like this is like really good for like notes and stuff. What I'm about to show you, I've been embarrassed for such a long time to show this. But you know what, cringe is dead, so I'm just gonna show you this. This is the stuff that I'm into right now that I'm gonna finish like either this year or next year because child life is too short. Like life is too goddamn short. So right here I have um everyday host let's see Persona 3 as I said I'm almost to the ending. Persona 4 I'm on August 31st right now. Persona 5 I really should say Persona 5 Royal. April 15th. Chainsaw Man, I'm on volume 18. Chikawa, since the episodes are short, I'm on um episode 110 right now, I think. Let's see. On Ultra Kill, I'm almost to Act 3. On Monument Valley 3, I haven't started yet. On Portal, almost done with. I'm almost done on level 15. Let's see. The guy she wasn't interested in wasn't a guy at all. Still on volume 0. Just I don't know. I still have to reread it, and like I'm gonna reread it. Postal 3. I need to play that one sometime. Yakuza 0, Chapter 3, Golden Kamuy, Volume 6, Vinland Saga, Volume 2. For better or worse, I forgot what episode I was even on. Dilbert, I was on the first one, I think. The Venture Bros, Season 3, episode 3, Nichijou, I'm on the first episode, Space Dandy first episode, Black Samurai first episode, Tiger and Bunny Volume 1, Psyche K Volume 1, Homestuck, I'm on Act 2, forgot I was on like HFJ1, which is like an object show, Disco Elysium, 10% done, I think. Danganronpa 2 and 3, I just don't know. The Snagglepuss comic, that was like the one where it was like gay or something. I don't know, I have to reread that. My Hero Academia, Volume 1. a baby blues. Let's see. I think I'm on the second episode. The TF2 comics almost done, and the IT crowd episode one. Now I think at this point you're starting to see a pattern. I start a lot of things, but I'm not like fully invested in, and I don't finish. I think that's because like my brain is like constantly chasing some new thing because I feel like I have to keep up with other people. But at the same time, do I? Now, what I'm about to show you is insane. This is like all the media that I've like seen the names of or like that I might want to get into. I don't know why I said what I'm already interested in because that's not true. I actually have to change that. Hold on a minute. I have to rename it. Um, because this is crazy. 3, 2, 1, and I'm gonna name every single one of these just because I want you to see how crazy this is. Okay, so for anime, hold on a minute. I have to change that. For anime and manga, I should really say animanga. Let's see. I'm gonna list all of these. Okay, Jujutsu Kaisen, One Punch Man, Mob Psycho 100, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Bludgeoning Angel Dokuro-chan, Zombieland, This Vampire Lives in My Neighborhood, Angels of Death, Heian, Death Note, Sayuki, Soul Eater, Black Butler, Given, Madoka Magica, Sakura Card Captor, Genesis Evangelion, Ouran High School Host Club, Sailor Moon, Cowboy Bebop, Code GS, Horii-san to Miyamura-kun, Rama One Half, Tokyo Mew Mew, Agretsuko, Carol and Tuesday, Sarazaminai, Parasite, Maid Sama, Japan Sinks 2020, Great Teacher, uh, Great Teacher Onizuka, Kami-sama Kiss, Spice and Wolf, Ore Monogatari, wait, Ore Monogatari, I probably butchered that pronunciation. Skate the Infinity, Witch Hat Atelier, Assassination Classroom, Nijura Maids, Dorohedoro, Keep Your Hands Off Isaacin, Pape the Performer, which technically is an anime, I don't know why I put it there. And I'm gonna like really rehaul this. Little Witch Academia, Go Go Korakugai, Watamote, Ghost of Tsushima, School Rumble Anime, Oshioki, Akatsuki no Yona, Ergo Proxy, Kuroko's Basketball, Fire Force, Samurai Champloo, Gungrave, Kekai Sensen, Blood Blockade Battlefront, Windbreaker, Campfire Cooking with My Absurd Skill, Slammer Dogs, Yarachi Bitch Club, Welcome to the Ended Park, Hetalia, Sweet Pool, interspecies reviewers Yu Yu Hakusho, Chinchin Korean, Gokujo, Gokora Korean, Jojo Shiko Ryo Monogatari, Given, Nana, Get Out of My House, Yatsuba, Yuri, Billy Bat, Sugar is Pubescent, Love Bullet, Murcielago, Killing Stalking, Liberta, Lupin the Third, Kumisan Can Communicate, Hajime no Ippa, Vagabond Manga, Desan Robot Hunter, Steins Gate, Carolyn Tuesday, Violets, Evergarden, Parasite, Sarazaminai, Japan Sings 2020. I don't know why I put that twice. And I should have put this on the list, but Ungachi Akuta. And I'm not even done yet. For the animated TV show slash real life TV shows, we got Object Show, Invader Zim, Aqua Teen Hunger Force, King of the Hill, 12 Ounce Meals, Common Side Effects, oh wait, that's my food. Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, Homestar Runner, Super Jail, Moral Oral, Inside Job, oh my god, I gotta drink something. Shit. Um, where was I? Common Side Effects, Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, Homestar Runner, Super Jail, Moral Oral, Inside Job, Dan Versus, BoJack Horseman, Clone High, Daria the Bragg Show, Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law, Girl from Nowhere, Poker Face, 911, Orange is the New Black, Good Omens, Freeman's Mind, Oz the Sopranos, Zai Sunny in Philadelphia, Practical Joker, Sweet Tooth, Broadchurch, Hannibal Dexter, House MD, Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, American Horror Story, Everyman Hybrid, Stranger Things, Shameless, Glee, Boys, Faulty Towers, Marble Hornets, The Brack Show, Harvey Behrman, Attorney at Law, Seal Lab 2020, Seal Lab 2021, Space Ghost, Coast to Coast, Freakazoid, Oh Yeah Cartoons, Megas XLR, Seabear and Jamal, Space Ghost, SWAT Cats, The Radical Squadron, Loopity Loop, Inuyasha, Fantastic Planet, Interstellar 5555, Takena's Works, Kalnika and Her Gang, Kaiba 2008, Pumpkin Night, Iggy Kusare, Sonder, GMB, Dilbert, Tales from the Crypt Keeper, Card Captors, Mike, Lou and Og, The Tick, Undergrad, Spicy City, Duck Dodgers, The Minor Leagues, Hamtaro, Princess, Sissy, Delta State, The Tofu, Sabrina the Animated Series, which is something that I want to rewatch because I've already watched it like before in the past when I was like 11. House of Mouse, Midnight Run Special Edition Acme Hour, which it was a special. The Perils of Penelope Pit Stop, which I watched when I was a child. Chattanooga Cats, another thing I watched as a child. Droopy Mad Master Detective. And for video games, oh gosh, Overwatch, Wuthering Waves, Castlevania, Tankman. Why is Gacha Kuta in the video games area? I don't know why I put that there. A Half-Life with a Half-Life, VR AI, Portal. I'm already into Portal. Resident Evil, Madcom, Half-Life, Fallout, Dead by Daylight, Grand Theft Auto, Web Fishing, Phasmophobia, Undertale, Deltarune, Smile for Me, Half-Life, Doki Doki Literature Club, Juhu Project, Hello Charlotte, Ace Attorney, Psychonauts, Hat in Time, and Stars in Time, Bug Snacks, Okami, Bug Bowl, IB Games, Showdown, Bandit, The Walton Files, The Magnus Archives, Cry of Fear, Splatoon, Stardew Valley, Chicory, A Colorful Tale, Katamari Damacy, Omori Reverse 1999, Evil Dead, The Stanley Parable, Vocaloid, Hunt Down the Freeman, Wayne Radio TV, which is not even a video game, Fear and Hunger, Welcome to the Game, Valorant, Slime Rancher, Detroit, Become Human, Escape the Infinity, Spy X Family, Orange School High School Club. And once again, okay, so I had to transfer all of this from like my actual notes to Obsidian, so that's why it's so unorganized. Poppy Playtime, Honkai Impact slash Staria, Hype Swap, Silent Hill, Red Dead Redemption, The Binding of Isaac, Rayman, Hotline Miami, Amanda the Adventure, Persona. I'm already into Persona at this point. And tell me why. What remains of Edith Finch? DSAF, Dialtown, Great God Grove, Postmortem, Faith, The Unholy Trilogy, Taiko no Tatsujin, Frambo, Coffee Talk, Sparefair, Deadplay, Bramble, The Mountain King, Beacon Pines, Life is Strange, Palia, Limbus Company, Alice Madness Returns, Style Savvy, Lacey's Games, Electroplankton, Married in Red, Love in Deep Space, Milk Inside a Bag of Milk Inside a Bag of Milk, which I think there's another one. No, I'm Not a Human, Hotel Dusk, Room 215, Another Code, Two Memories. And for the musicals and plays, Repo, The Genetic Opera, Hadestown, Little Shop of Horrors, Spelling Bee the Musical, Urinetown, and Hamilton. Wait, hold on a minute. I've already watched, okay, I'm gonna delete some of these that I've already, like, seen, because I've already seen Little Shop of Horrors, so no to that. I've already, I really enjoy Urinetown and Hamilton, I will say that. Let's see. Rocky Horror Picture Show. I already seen Six, which another one I love. Les Miserables, Wicked, the other versions. Mamma Mia, Hairspray, West Side Story, Rent, Legally Blonde, A Chorus Line, Oklahoma, Head, The Monkees, The Who's, Tommy, Newsies, Reefer Madness, the movie musical, Hamilton, Othello, Romeo and Juliet, The Tragedy of Macbeth, Death of a Salesman, Your Streetcar Named Desire, and another reminder to draw Charles Foster often in the cat outfit. Now as far as the musicians I want to listen to, there are a lot. Once again, this is unorganized, but oh shit, what did I do? Okay. Let's see. Crystal T, Sleeping with Sirens, Roar, Bjork, and these are just people I want to listen to like more. Pierce the Veil, The Brobecks, Dance Gavin Dance, Royal Coda, The Garden, Idola, Susie and the Banshees, TV Girl, Yukika, Mustard Service, Ixo, The Strokes, Wolf and Bear, Lofi, Bauhaus, Yoshika, Radiohead, Mitski, Hail the Sun, Two Door Cinema Club, Kiko, The Garden, G-Friend, Palais Royale, New Order, Florence and the Machine, Red Velvet, The Gins, Origami Angel, Corn, Polka Dot Stingray, Beargo, Stace, The Cure, Paramore, Boa, GWSN, Titty High, New Jeans, The Hoosiers, Femi Jack, Luna, Dayglow, Chappell Round Hole, Wool, Hosier, Pixies, Yoasobi, Gingeroo, Sunmi, Loaf, Franz Ferdinand, Cocteau Twins, Bulgo, Bulldog Disco, Fly Leaf, The Cranberries, Girl Generation, Foo Fighters, Peach Pit, Arctic Monkeys, The Sundays, Glass Beach, Hers, Baby Metal, Ethel Kane, Serani Podgy, Matt Maltese, Greer, Dress Manor, Mama Moo, Jack Off Jill, The Smiths, Biabadoobie, Atarashi Gakko, My Chemical Romance, Gingeroo, The Frights, Twice, Coletta, Willows, Ciso Neon, The Crane Wives, Zutamayo, Alice in Chains, Hot Freaks, Cage the Elephant, Polyphia, Bandmaid, Bring Me the Horizon, Dwelling, Stephantones, Foxy, Shazam, Will Wood, Machinery, The Human Heart, Human Zoo, and Johnny Jash, and also The Playwright. Oh my god, I am so tired. I'm gonna go eat right now. Also, if my computer did not catch all this, I'm going to fucking scream. Okay, hello everyone. I am back. So I had to go to third period, finish eating my lunch and whatnot. But right now I'm done with all my classes. Now, what the hell was I talking about before? Oh, right. So I was talking about my interests and stuff. Like, I know y'all saw that whole long ass list, which is fucking ridiculous. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try my hardest to focus on the things that, like, as far as my interests, that I actually need to finish, instead of just going towards the thing that my eye likes the most and not even finishing it. Because in a world full of, I guess, an insane amount of stimulation, because literally nowadays, a little stimulation isn't even a little. Okay, wait, hold on a minute. I just have to do something real quick. Okay, so as I was saying, yeah, so in a world of stimulation like this, like, think about it. Things are literally faster than they've ever been before. Your ancestors would have literally had a heart attack if they came to the 21st century and saw all of this. But I guess this, in a way, links to productivity because, listen, there are actual things that will benefit my life instead of what I've listed in that long ass list that will really benefit my life, such as, language learning, coding, graphic design, art, all of this stuff. And I have to prioritize what I actually need to do to improve my future with the things I've listed, or the things that are just, temporary and all that. And I think what makes this harder is, in a sense, a weird sense of peer pressure. That I have this pressure to, I guess, keep up with my friends, or else I'm the one that's gonna be far behind. But or like say, an example, I'm watching anime, like all of my like, okay, how do I say this? And say, for example, all of my friends are watching this one anime, like this one specific anime that it's just an anime, and I'm watching it too, but at the same time I'm also prioritizing my schoolwork, my education, and I'm still behind on that anime, but everybody else is like far ahead with that anime and stuff. And I'm the one that's left behind. And when it comes to conversation starts, it's gonna be like, hey, did you see that part? And I'm like, no, I haven't seen that part yet. I've just been busy with schoolwork. And once again, it's going back to that monarchana idea of like being an ideal person in somebody else's head. No, I have to be the one that's, keeping up with everything, seeing what's going on here, what's going on there. No, I can't be far behind. No, I have to make all A's in this and do this at the same time, which for me is just not realistic. It's not realistic whatsoever. It's not realistic for me to just keep doing this shit. Like, I'm gonna have to prioritize this or another. In this case, I'm choosing me. Okay, I'm choosing my schoolwork, I'm choosing me, I'm choosing the passions I want to pursue, the things I want to do. Like, all of that stuff can wait because I only got one life to live. I only got one life to live. And I didn't come on this earth just to please somebody else. I mean, sure, there's going to be like, the ebb and flows in friendship. Like sometimes you may not talk for like weeks at a time. Once again, if you heard my computer notification, no, the hell you didn't. It always comes on at this time. I have to change it again, but whatever. Um, yeah. Um, I choose my school work and all of the stuff that I actually want to do, that I'm actually passionate about, for my future and stuff. So at this point, I could care less for fandom discourse. I could care less for this. I could care even less for that. Like, there are just so many things that I do not care about. I don't care about the Kardashians. Don't care about this one artist. I don't care about this drama here, what this person's doing, unless it's actually important, as in like community wise or fandom wise or whatever. But if it's not actually helping me pertaining to my life and my goals, I don't care because nothing ever happens. Now, let me just be clear here. Okay, there are actual tragedies going on in the world that you should care about, but at the same time, you should also pay attention to how you're, I wouldn't say consuming, how you're absorbing all this in your head. Are you absorbing this just to feel a sense of sorrow and absorbing this for actual knowledge? Or are you absorbing this just to feel something? Like literally just something. Because the doomerism has got to stop. Mm-mm. You're living in some of the best times in history so far. So why not just really enjoy it? Like, like just think about so many things you can do if other people weren't on your mind, or if you didn't feel the need to keep up with this all the time. Like, just think about how many things you'd be able to do, or you can do, if other people weren't constantly on my mind. Because I think about the things that I do, and I'm like, wait a minute, another person is on my mind while I'm doing this. Like, I'm not saying to just like completely be selfish. But at the same time, if majority of what you're doing has to do with other people's thoughts, then that's probably not a good thing to do. And having other people on your thoughts all the time, not really prioritizing yourself. Like, I'm not just talking about taking like a spa day or relaxing watching your favorite game. No. No, and I'll get to the relaxing part later. But I mean, I looked back at my own past behavior, and listen, I am eternally grateful that I got to the Metalocalypse Santa, because I wouldn't have never met so many of you. Like, I would have literally never met so many of you if it wasn't for the Metalocalypse fandom and stuff. So I will forever thank myself for that, because April 2024, I made the best decision ever. Oh my god, it's been almost 2 years. Like that is so crazy, and how much I've changed and grown back then and from, well, who I am now. Cause the person I was then, damn sure not the person I am now. And like, I've become a lot more open about what I want, my feelings, my interests, my personality, the femininity, all of that. And I love it. I honestly do love it. Hold on, I gotta drink some water because, talking all the time. Also, how I sound on my computer is not how I actually sound. Like, my voice that you're hearing on the computer as I'm talking to you is actually lower than my voice in real life. So, like, sometimes you just never know. But at the same time, like, I was just doing the most. Like, as I was reading through that long list of interests, I'm like, I'm doing the most. There are other things I need to be focused on. I have my entire life to do these things. And if other people don't think I'm interesting because of this, then so be it. And besides, mm, for me, starting a conversation can be hard because it's like saying, the weather is nice outside, isn't it? And we're both in two different states or two different continents. Like literally, there could be a thunderstorm going on at this exact same moment, and I don't even know it. So someone could be dying in a blizzard right now, and I don't even know it. So it's like whatever. So it's like conversation starts because I'm afraid of saying the wrong thing for reasons that, for like source main reasons and the root causes that I won't get into because that'll be a whole other thing that I've gotten over. Like if you know, you know, okay. But it's like talking to people can be hard because like you're socially anxious. You have no idea how to start a conversation with someone. It's like, oh my god, this person's so cool, but I have zero idea how to talk to them. Or what do I say? I don't know anything about their interests, but at the same time, I'm trying to focus on mine. I'm also trying to focus on my schoolwork. At the same time, this and that. Like, it just gets to the overthinking part, and I'm like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna say something. Because in reality, there is no perfect moment for anything. You just have to go for it. Like literally just go for it. And if you don't succeed, well, I mean, at least you tried because most people don't even start. So if you tried something and you didn't succeed at it, then that's okay. Like, you're not a failure because of it. I mean, at least you tried doing it. What was the next topic I wanted to talk about? Oh, yes, productivity. I talked about maladaptive daydreaming earlier. And today, it feels so weird to not maladaptive daydream because I used to maladaptive daydream so much. Like I know I already told you about it, but just looking back, it was so often how I used to maladaptive daydream. It is crazy. Also, you ever noticed well like my own hand in the camera, like wow. I don't know. But like I used to do it so much and like 2 days ago I got tired of it, watched a video on how to stop doing it, learned it was an emotional response from traumas that I would not speak on right now. Um it opened my eyes like damn, I cannot do this anymore. Like I don't need this to be happy. I don't need this to be happy. I don't. I don't need to go into another world and ignore reality and waste hours of my time for nothing. Because in the end, it's just all for nothing. I mean, it's not going to get me anywhere, so why not? And if you're like me in this situation, the reason why you can't stop doing it is because it's an addiction. Like, addiction is not just drugs, sex, gambling, and food. Like, anything can become an addiction. And also, you used to think it was fun, but is it really? I mean, I remember this one quote, forgot it was by, like, pleasures, when, like, gone beyond a certain limit, are but punishments. So, you're really just punishing yourself because it's an addiction. Like, you didn't choose to become addicted to maladaptive daydreaming, but you did become addicted to it. And now you gotta like fix and stuff, take accountability. But also have to realize at the same time, like, don't be so hard on yourself on this. Like, no, it's not your fault that you got addicted to this in the first place, but you can also stop this too. Like there are resources out there if you just put a little effort into it. Like I'm not saying to overhaul your whole goddamn life because you're gonna fail miserably hard. hmm And trust me, take it from me. I've tried to do the whole, doing this, doing that, cutting out this, drastic changes, OMAD. I'm not gonna speak on diet stuff because if you have an eating disorder or disordered eating, I'm not gonna speak on that. Okay, whether you think so or not, whether I think so or not, I'm not doing that. I'm not speaking on that. Um, the whole time blocking, um, this method, David Goggins, this, that, and it's like it's BS because you're not getting to the root of your problems. And if you know the root of your problems and you're still doing it, then it's an addiction, or you're not, or you're not just willing to change. And that's something that you're just gonna have to accept. That am I really willing to change? Am I really willing to give up my harmful addictive behaviors? Uh, am I really willing to give this up? Like, am I really, am I ready for the pain of growth or the pain of still staying in the same pattern? Because listen, in life, you're going to suffer either way. Like, unless you've been absolutely protected, protected your entire life, which very few humans have, you're literally going to suffer either way. Because to live is to suffer and to live is to die. You know how it be. So, yeah, you might as well just have a conversation with yourself. Turn off your TikTok, turn off your Spotify, turn off your YouTube, turn off your video games, turn off your computer, turn off your phone, turn off your TV, and sit with yourself for I don't care how long, give me 30 seconds, whatever. Just sit down, have a conversation with yourself. Now you can either do this through recording yourself, actually using your phone for something useful instead of playing CRK. Um, you can write it down. You can verbalize it. Or you can just say it in your head, and either one of them will work. Because, I mean, it's been working for me. I mean, I've been journaling in this book here for like the past 10 months now. 10 months is crazy because I never thought that I could commit to something like this for that long. But over time, it just got more and more fun. Just reading about the kind of person I am and how I've evolved. Like I started this on March 14th. That was 10 months ago. And I thought that this would just be a one time thing, but I got hooked and addicted to this good pattern, and it feels so good. I mean, sure, there were times where I leave it alone for like days at a time. Now, the longest time that I ever left this book alone was, let me see here. Oh, yeah, okay, so I took a break from here eight, from April 5th to April 13th, April 14th to April 22nd, and April 23rd to May 1st. Now, around this time, I was really sick. Like, I was physically sick. Like my body temperature was out of whack. I was coughing. Like the coughing was the main problem. And mind you, I had to take a EOPA, which is like a final for a class, a AP exam, and an EOC that was divided up into three parts, which is like an end of course, which is so stupid. I'm so glad they got rid of that. So I made very good grades on them, on all of them. So it was not easy. It was not easy, but I still made it because the one thing you gotta have in life is perseverance, especially if you're LGBTQ. I know a lot of you watching this right now, if not all of you, are. If not all of you are. And if you don't have perseverance, you ain't gonna survive. Okay? And sometimes you gotta do the thing scared to get with it. Like, even doing this right now, my 2023 self wouldn't have even thought about doing this. My 2024 self would have been all over the place. My 2025 self maybe would have done this, but I'd probably quit. But now it's just like whatever. Like, who cares? But also at the same time, it's like, I'm not perfect on this. I'm not trying to say that I'm like holier than now. I'm giving good advice, but I'm also trying to like reaffirm this within myself. Because I don't want anybody else, especially if you're younger than me, to go through the same shit that I went through. Okay? Because you really have to look at your life, look at the things you're unhappy with. That's within your control, that is. Because there are some things in life that are beyond your control and that you can't really control. Mm, But just look at the things that you can control right now and see if what you want to do for your future to have freedom, really, because everybody wants freedom in some way, shape, or form, then the BS that you're using to distract yourself with, that's not going to get you anywhere. Like, literally just ask yourself that. Really ask yourself that. Like this might not just be like a 1 day thing. Like, do this over the course of like a few days or a few weeks, and you may get the answer that you're looking for. Like, really just sit down with yourself and don't use this stuff as a distraction, because it's really not going to get you anywhere useful unless that is what you want to do with your life, like with your entire life. Because, mind you, depending on what country you live in, the average lifespan is like 70 years, or it's like 70 something years. And you're a teenager watching this, so you got at least about like 50 something or 60 something years before you kick the bucket and die. And that's assuming that you don't die through hundreds of other ways. Okay? So yeah. Basically, don't use drugs to cope. Don't use maladaptive daydreaming to cope. Don't use this to cope. Don't use that to cope, because the cope is not coping. It's just coping with another coping from the problem that you're running away from or that you don't want to face head on because you think the grief will be too much for you. So let me just be clear right now. Once you really sit down with yourself and have a talk about yourself with your feelings and all that, it's gonna be overwhelming. You might cry, you might scream, you might throw up, but please do not self harm. Before you do this, and I'm just saying this for the people who have a history of self harming or doing other harmful things to themselves, remove any objects or things that you could use to harm yourself with before you do this, because technically this is shadow work. If you've ever heard that phrase before, if you don't, it's basically where you're tapping into the self that you try to hide from other people and whatnot. So yeah, just do that first before you get into shadow work, trust me, because I'm not responsible for any harm that you may do to yourself. Okay. Another thing I want to talk about. Oh, yes, this one Hey Arnold clip that just stays in my mind to this day. Um, it was this episode where Bob and Miriam, Helga's parents, hired a nanny named like Inga or something. Yeah, Inga. Now Helga was doing all this sabotage to her because Inga was literally trying to save this girl from this life that she was living. But at the same time, it's like Helga didn't want this change to happen because she's not used to change and she's not used to people being nicer, so she sabotaged it. And at the end, when when Inga got fired because Helga framed her for stealing something from her dad, she said something along the lines of, Helga, you're an angry girl and you won't let nobody help you. You, there's no excuse for what you have done, and now you must suffer the consequences. You won't let anybody help you. And the letter that she wrote, the tea, the shade, when she said that, I hope everything in your life, I trust that everything okay. Now, like the shade when she said that I trust that everything in your life is the same as always. That is cold. That is cold. It show like at least shows that like she cared enough to send a letter to her and ask her how she's doing. But like that's fucking cold to say to someone, especially in Helga's situation with her parents and her life and how she treats other people. Because like Helga is pretty much one of the most self-sabotaging young characters I've ever seen. She sabotages her relationships, her friendships, like literally all these things because that's how she was taught to be by her parents. Like sure it doesn't excuse what she's done, but it's understandable as to why she's like this way. And I really love Helga in Hey Arnold because there's just so much. Like, oh my God, listen, if you go down the Hey Arnold rabbit hole, you might never come back out. Like, it is just so many things, so many things that you will love about Hey Arnold if you ever decide to get into it. Um, let's see what I want to talk about. Yeah, basically just death. I'm gonna talk about death here. And it's gonna be uncomfortable because you're going to die. All the sensations you have, all the feelings you have, everything is just going to pass away. And it's not some death isn't something you can experience because you can't exactly feel it. It's the end of your consciousness. You can't imagine the end of your consciousness because imagining your end of your consciousness is still something, but death is nothing. It's everything and nothing that you want or expect or need or even have at the same time. It's just the end. And we don't know what happens after that. We don't know if we're gonna get reincarnated. We don't know if it's gonna we don't know what's gonna happen because because literally religion and all that, I feel like they're theories on how to live your life, but they're not the number one answer. Because if there was, we'd all be doing it. Like, just think about it. People have warped and twisted religion into so many ways that you can't even joke about it. It's just so harmful how it was used. And these religions were made by men. So do with that what you will. I'm not encouraging hate or anything. Just do with that what like as you will. Mm, I'm gonna speak about something uncomfortable here. Religion. So me growing up, being the girl, Christian girl. Um, going, going to church every Sunday morning, which you just have to pray to God that you did not stay up late on that Saturday that you knew you were going to church because you were going to regret it in the morning when you have to wake up at like 9 a.m. to go, okay? Because you got to go put on your Sunday best and whatnot. Hmm, it's uncomfortable. Like religion for some people, it works. Because they know they have something that they can trust and believe in and fall back into when things get hard. But don't use religion as a crutch, though. Like, use it as something that you believe in, but don't use it as something as a catch all crutch, like a coping mechanism. Because eventually it's going to be unhealthy. I don't know, like, I get iffy when people talk about coping mechanisms because your coping mechanisms are kind of trauma responses if you think about it. Like, mm-mm. But going back to religion, yeah. The moment that I got really uncomfortable with like religion, well, like when I talk about religion, I'm specifically talking about Christianity here. Okay, I just want to make that clear. I'm specifically talking about Christianity here. If you are Muslim, Jewish, I cannot speak for you. I cannot speak for you. Okay, you're gonna have to do your own research because I cannot speak for you on those religions. I barely know a goddamn thing about them. Okay, and my dad was raised Muslim because he's from Senegal, but like it is whatever. Um, the moment I got really uncomfortable with religion is when I started to question it. And by questioning it, I don't mean like there's a questions like, oh, I don't believe in God anymore. Like it wasn't a drastic thing. It was just a thing that happened over time. Like, wait a minute, does God hate black people? Because all this stuff happened to my ancestors and other black people's ancestors. So, does God hate minorities? Does God hate Asian people? Does God hate Native American people? Does God hate Indian people? Does God hate does God hate South American people? And does God hate all these people? Does God hate me? If God didn't want me to be gay, then why am I looking up and down my dick? Like, and these are just questions that I had. and I couldn't tell them to anybody. So, like all the girlies do, they go to Reddit. And when I went to r/ex Christian, I felt like I was seeing a world that I thought was never even possible. I'm gonna do it now. Okay, now every time I eat a bite, you can like skip a little bit. Like, I wouldn't blame you if you skip that part, because sometimes like I be hungry, I be thirsty, I be whatever. But mm, when I went to r/ex Christians, people like much older than me, we're talking about like 30s, 40s, talking about their experiences with religion, how they were abused by it or shoved down their throats. How was this and that and that and that and that and that and that, and that, and that, and that. The contradictions with the Bible, this, that, the contradictions with what these white Christian what these white Christian nationalists are saying. This, that. Oh my God. I feel like my mind was opened to just why are people using this 30-plus-year-old book to dictate their lives? And obviously, I can't tell you how to live your life. I'm not disrespecting religion as a whole because I realize, especially in Black America, how religion was used to build. Like, in how majority of our civil rights leaders were very religious in a Christianity sense. But also at the same time, we have to realize just kind of how regressive it is. Because, listen, I'm not going to give, like, one thing I gotta read the Bible. Because I haven't even read the entire Bible. I don't care to. Because it's not something that's actually going to benefit my future. Like, really thinking about it. Which is not for me. Also, if you just truly read the Bible, not the parts that you want to read, not the parts that resonate in your heart the most. And I'm about read and actually studying the Bible. And like, listen, I can't quote the Bible by scripture like my mama, okay? But I know enough to know that this is outdated, regressive, and not up with the modern times. Because the modern times require modern change. And the things that I'm reading are like, is this fantasy or is this reality? Because there is no goddamn way this happened. If science can't even prove it, or this can't even prove it, or that can't even prove it, or if there's no like literal evidence, like not just verbal evidence, okay? Because people be lying. All right, people be lying. Like, people be lying on TL, people be lying on the ground. Like, people be lying and stuff. It's just, ugh. It just sends a chill down my spine by how much I was force fed religion from like the time I got my confirmation, baptism. Like, literally, you're indoctrinated into this by birth. You're not given a choice. And I think that's something that also needs to be questioned. That why do these souls need to be saved? I mean, is there any evidence that literally hell is real? I don't know, just ask yourself some really religious questions if you are a religious person, that is. Because if you're not, you can basically skip this section if it makes you like really uncomfortable. Because I know some people have some like deep religious trauma that was induced on them because of basically misogyny, racism. Like literally, those two, misogyny and racism, are the root of like 60% or 70% of the world's evils. Like literally misogyny and racism. Oh wait! I almost got lightheaded there for a moment because because when I did this, like my brain and my body was trying to register, and I was like, oh wait, what was I doing? Oh. Like I almost got dizzy there. Right now it's like 2:24 p.m. Um, I seriously don't know what else to talk about. I mean, I could talk about like social media. Oh yes, social media. Twitter. Let me get to Twitter, honey. So I made a new Twitter account this month, like a little earlier this month. This algorithm adapts so fast to your interests. Like I noticed that over the course of a few days, it already started to like notice what I like and started feeding way, way more of what I liked than before. It's like the algorithms nowadays are so fast. Like if you create a new account on TikTok and in like within 15 minutes, I guarantee you'll have like a near perfectly curated for you page. It is so scary how fast it is. And I noticed on Twitter how I just kept consuming. It's only been a few weeks and I have 240 tweets. Now, not all of them are like tweets that I actually wrote and made. We're talking about like combined with my tweets and retweets to make 240 something tweets. I think it's more than that now. It's like close to 300, I think. But just over the course of a few weeks, that's too many. I gotta stop reblocking. Oh, well, oh my God, it's not reblock, it's reposting. I gotta stop reposting so much stuff because am I even gonna remember this? Is this gonna be relevant? You made a good point, but I don't know. No, this was something that I talked about on my Twitter too that I'm gonna share. So I'm just gonna stop this right now because it's 35 minutes, and I gotta combine all this into one goddamn video. Okay, so right here is my Twitter. The name is Bever's Clever, and that name I got from Leave It to Beaver because I was thinking about Beaver, and I was thinking about Terry Campbell when he always used to say whatever's clever. So I combined those two to make Bever's Clever. So I made a tweet that said, and now I only have 4 followers because I'm starting over. I said dead internet theory, but it's the same take. But it's the same take on your For You page. They swear on God you saw a week ago being exactly the same or reworded slightly. And I said, expanding more on this, I think the reason why people are also so numb and aloof inside is because they see a good point, agree with it for like 4 seconds, then scroll to another valid point, hoping to find more of that same content. Now I said, I'm guilty of this too, I ain't gonna lie. But think about this. When was the last time you saw a really good point, sat with it, and applied it to your life? If you can't remember, then that's a problem. If you can, but it's been a long time, that's also a problem. Don't take this as me being holier than thou, okay? I could be a huge hypocrite in terms of this kind of advice. I may need to remind myself of this shit sometimes. But where I'm actively working on doing these positive things, regardless if anyone sees it or not, because in the end, you finna die. I don't know why I said I can be a huge hypocrite on this, because I am a huge hypocrite in this stuff. I'm far from perfect, and nobody is truly. You just gotta see where life takes humanity at this point, because the future depends on what we do in a second, blah, blah, blah. And my friend on this private said, unfortunately, true. So, yeah. Gosh, wait. I just realized that I never made a proper closing to this video. So, yeah, that's literally all I wanted to talk about. I had this in like some notes here. You probably can't read it because it's in cursive for interest. I don't cross my I's and dot my T's when it's not for an academic stuff, so whatever. Um, anyways, yeah, that's all I want to talk about. So, I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna make more of these in the future because I have to combine all these clips into one video, and it's gonna be a long process. So, I guess like and subscribe. Follow me on my socials. My handle. I don't go by the same handle on every social media. But I do go by Titicaca two ways. TITICACATWOWAYS on most socials, I guess. Don't follow me on TikTok. I don't even use TikTok. Like for real. I don't even use it, so like don't follow me there. Besides, I don't even use the same username on there. But on most socials, that's what I am. Anyways, love you guys. Bye.